Biakamal Kanur online TV channel kajan gwasa me bane rash me bane jaling aler bane gwasa me raj mishalat bay video mbeje play bi jaling honorable Reath Muoch Tang rajadana chalat ka Quirington content wagri wish ka juba bi jaling kajan video na me bialinga charaitin ko gorka jen wo de janak ko gorka jen wo de jakab dino jen chetre wis ka juba katin konti loro den lok lo lare wi ka juba cha jen che kut jit doare che ko gul churiak mo chokula tok dino man chalat ka jen video mi che ladano ni chang la jawan ken wo dong de janak ke de jam mo kerek nyong man chalat che ladano ne chine te ka juba ko nong ne ya kwimal ka medane chatan ran SPLM IO ban mandana lada gwasme ban jelinkel gore jeno bi mandana to bi ngai gwada me ane pale jizun pin kaleng wainin content balad gwasme ka rwanite ka tegoro de rander kaleng ko kene dia lat ko ne wiki juba teken ka lone kan dial so ko kujemo ane chana jelinkel wanatin gwaya.
Okay, greeting to all of you. I see 128 people here already. And like I said, I'm not going to spend more time. If you did not share the video, please go ahead and share it, because this message is very important. We want other people to hear it through you and your friend also. My name is Reath Muoch Tang. I'm a member of parliament in the Republic of South Sudan. For those of you who have been calling me, my friend from Juba and also family members, regarding what is happening in South Sudan, my safety, I am safe. I left the country when the parliament went on recession, and I was able to come and visit the family. So all things that happened while I'm away. And I would also like to assure you that this is not the first time that we have gone through all intimidation and harassment and that are being done by the security of Kiir mayardit. We signed peace and we have gone to Juba, but we are facing a lot of difficulties. But we choose to be in silent. We don't talk about them because we want peace to prevail in South Sudan. I would have been arrested by now if I am in Juba. I was also informed about it. But that could be just, they got the opportunity. We have been going through, attempt of assassination in Juba, especially personally in my life. I had counter, I have a number of incidents that had happened to me, and people have been following me. People have been going to my house, and they have been trying to fabricate issues, but they couldn't get a clue. I know if I am in Juba right now, I would have not been able to talk to you like that. One of the occasions I was followed up to my place, and I report this to the National Security Committee in the Parliament. For those of you who may want to know more about it, when I was followed, and the next time, the military that was supposed to protect the area kill a dog at night, and when I came in the morning, they told me that I killed a dog, and I was asked to pay for the dog or I pay for my life. So I had to pay for a dog. This is a situation that we are going through in Juba. We were in Juba not because Juba is safe for us, but it is something that we have signed up for, because peace sometimes is not easy to be achieved. Since we have gone to Juba without security, we thought that that could change the course of the people of South Sudan. I have reported this officially to the National Security Committee in the Parliament, and the response that I got was that I should negotiate and sort it out with these people. And I was told also that if you if they come to you again, ask their number and then you can give it to us. This is a response from the National Security Committee in the Parliament. So what I'm trying to tell you that we've been leaving that it is not only that what had happened, that could have been a clue that they get to arrest or maybe kill some of us. I also still having my heart for my colleagues who are in prison, Honorable Pot and Honorable Garweilam, who have been just arrested yesterday, and they are still looking for more people. So concerning me, this is all about it. I am okay. There is nothing wrong. This is just a message to people who have been asking me. Our topic of today, I want to talk about the current situation in South Sudan. As all of you know, my message go to the people of South Sudan, all the communities in South Sudan. I want you to hear me out, and I want you to listen to what I'm going to say. The country belongs to all of us. And if there are crises today that can lead our country into where we don't want it to be, we need to speak the truth, and we need to speak it out to all of us so that we understand why what is happening is happening. I want to clarify some of the things that you may be hearing on social media, that the tension in Juba right now is caused by the war in Nasser, or maybe because of the killing of the general. This is what the people are saying. I want to set the story straight here, and I want to be very honest with you. The crisis now that have engulfed our country, that led to the arresting of the opposition leaders, it is not caused by war in Nasser. You have known that Nasser has been unstable for a very long time, and all of us has been speaking out, the members of parliament, myself included. I stood up one day in the floor of the parliament to raise the issue of Nasser. We have been meeting people in the government, regardless of which party they are, because we thought the government is one. We went up to Bill Farm. There was no SPLM IO in Bill Farm. It was just the SPLM IG military under the former chief of staff, the CDF, Santino. And we met with them. We even asked the president for the meeting, and we met with the first vice president. You have all been following that. The problem that is happening right now, that is leading our country back, hopefully not, to war, is something that is pre-planned. First of all, for you, the people of South Sudan, who does not know that President Salva Kiir once and again has been saying that the peace agreement that has been signed cannot be implemented. It is not implementable. Even if you bring God would not be able to implement the peace agreement. We all know that. The president has been saying it, and one over a time. He said it so many times, that this peace agreement will never be implemented. I think we all have heard that. Coming to what had happened now in Juba, they are just trying to cover up their plan. And probably because their plan has been uncovered before they implemented it. You remember when the president returned from the UAE with Bulmel, the day that they arrived in Juba, they made a unilateral decision to degree out the governor of Western Equatoria and also the Minister of Health that belonged to the SPLM IO. That was the beginning of the crisis. The crisis, they mean to do to instigate those crises so that they find a loophole whereby they can bring Bulmel into power. What is about to kill our people today is the issue of succession of Salva Kiir, that he wants to bring Bulmel into power. That is what caused all this problem. I want to make it clear to you that let you not be confused that there is Reath Muoch and the SPLM IO who are fighting. You cannot fight. You are in Juba as a leader, and you don't have an army. You are in protection of somebody else. That is not true. The real issue that is about to kill our nation today is Bulmel presidency. Bulmel want to become a president. Salva Kiir want to give presidency to Bulmel. You all have known that this has been on social media for several month and even appointment of Bolmel to be vice president has been communicated. So when they came back, they have already decided that is the right time. Coupled with that, they did not want to implement the peace agreement, and they want any loophole that they can use to destroy the peace agreement, whether arresting Dr. Riek or maybe arresting all the opposition like they have done today. They now concluded that this is their time. They have to do it while bringing Bolmel into power. So now when they come back, they start in Western Equatoria. As you all may have seen, the governor was unilaterally removed. The peace agreement is very clear that any member of the party, whether SPLM IO or other political parties, there is no right that is given to the president to relieve them without any consultation with the leadership of that particular party. That did not happen. What they were trying to do, they have targeted two places, because they know already these two places they have been having activities of insecurity. They choose Nasser and Western Equatoria. If you remember when the governor was relieved together with the Minister of Health, they also were appointing General Ulun to be the commander of disarmament, if you were following. That was the thing, because these are the two players that they choose to trigger the problem. And number one that they were trying to do, because when they dissolved the SPLM, because SPLM were technically dissolved, Waniga was demoted to Secretary General, Secretary General was relieved, and Bolmel was swapped with Wani. He was taken, pending his appointment now to be the vice president for the SPLM. They were expecting, opposition within the SPLM. So they were trying to use Nasser and the war in Western Equatoria that they have created to use it as a way to silence the people, the hierarchy, the people within the SPLM party, that we have got a war with SPLM IO, whereby they are now trying to they want to silence them so that they will not talk of, Bull should not be there because Bull is a junior, Bull has nowhere to be seen in the hierarchy of the SPLM. So the people of South Sudan, you should not be misled. Our country has gone through so much death and displacement. And if there is something that can return our country to war today, you should not allow yourself to be misled and be given wrong information. We need to know exactly what is destroying our country. We probably know that in 2013, who started the war and who killed who. We know that. And now they are trying to come back again and try to start a war, and now they are trying to blame it on other people. You need to know that the problem is not about the war in Nasser. The problem is about Bolmel taking over South Sudan illegally. They are doing it wrongly. Because if they silence the SPLM member by bringing Bolmel jumping over people like Kuala Manyang, people like Daniel Awadakot, people like Waniga, who was demoted to be the Secretary General, the peace agreement have provided for that transition to take place. The peace agreement, I have to read it to you so that you hear what the peace agreement said. In case if Salva Kiir, for example, want to bring Bolmel to power, he doesn't need to kill the people of South Sudan. He doesn't need to cause the war in Western Equatoria. He doesn't need to deploy army illegally. That was prevented by the peace agreement, because the peace agreement want only the unified force to be deployed into Nasser. By the way, the ceasefire, the cessation of hostilities, it demanded that there should be no movement of armed forces, there should no any recruitment, leave alone that the people that they were trying to deploy to Nasser, they were militia from Agwelek, who are technically Y Army, and Abu Shok from Ngok Dinka, who are technically Y Army. But the peace agreement demanded that there should be no movement at all of the army, with the exception of the unified force. Let me tell you what the peace agreement had said about this. If in case, for example, the president want to bring Bolmel, you don't need to cause a war with the SPLM IO. because it is provided for that the SPLM IO, this is the peace agreement. Let me read to you Article 1.6.5. This is in the agreement. There is nothing this agreement has left out. It says, in the event that the post of the president fall vacant during the transitional period, which is now the period that we are in, for any reason including mental infirmity or physical incapacity of the office holder, the replacement shall be nominated by the top leadership body of the respective party, in case it is the SPLM IO. If President Kiir you realize that he's not healthy, he's not capable to run the country, and he want to nominate somebody to be in his place, good enough that they have silenced the SPLM IO, they can sit down peacefully, nominate Bulmel to be a leader of the SPLM IO, which is a partner of the SPLM IO in the peace agreement. He can even act as the president. The peace agreement has given that opportunity. You don't need to kill the people. You don't need to bring bull illegally so that you want to kill the people of South Sudan and now you want to blame it on anybody. And this is a message to the people of South Sudan, that this issue that is arriving today, and which is actually we should all stand up against it. We should all prevent the war not to take place in our country, because we know what will it result to. Like now you are hearing people who are agitating for war and who are saying that we will fight these people. It may get out of hand and our country will not recover from that. So you should not be misled. You read the peace agreement, and if anyone want to come in the middle, there is a provision provided for somebody to take place, to take the place of Salva Kiir while taking the country toward the general election that will take us into where the people of South Sudan can now, go for election, a peaceful and fair election whereby they can elect the leader. So I want to make it clear. Take it out of your mind that this problem was triggered by the war in Nasser. It is something pre-calculated, and Nasser and Western Equatoria were chosen by President Kiir and Bulmel to be the starting point whereby they can trigger the war and now arrest people. Now what had happened that their plan didn't work out because of the defeat of the SSPDF in Nasser. Because if they defeated the White Army in Nasser, they would even come back and also arrest or maybe declare the peace agreement. Like, for example, the first statement that we were expecting from President Kiir was the dissolution of the government. But he was advised, even for people who are saying that Salva Kiir have called for calm. Not at all. You cannot call for calm while crying in the national TV as a leader. That was not a call for calm. It by itself is the incitement of the war, telling the people who have the people who lost the people that this is what you should do. Like now they are saying they have to take the law into their own hand. This is what they have been circulating in social media. So President Kiir did not call for calm. He actually incited violence of going and crying on public television. And look at this. The people of Nasser are Salva Kiir people. But look at what he said. He did not even pay condolences to the people. As if they are not human beings, as not they are not the people of South Sudan. That is the president that people are saying that he has called for calm. I believe he has not called for calm, but he incited the violence. And I believe the arrest of the people who have been arrested, it is something that have been planned a long time ago. They were just waiting for the right moment. Now the right time has come, even though we have gone to Juba peacefully and then thinking that the country, even though people were killed in 2013, the genocide was committed on portion of the people, and the killing have been documented by the African Union Commission of Inquiry that it was a genocide. It was pre-planned, it was premeditated, and it amounted to the genocide, because the genocide in its definition is not even the number of the people that got killed. The genocide is the killing of certain people with intention to harm them and destroy them. And that's what had happened. It seems that the president is not enough with the blood of the people that he has killed in 2013. He wants to do it again. So I want to tell the people of South Sudan that the war that is looming, hopefully not, and we pray that it should not happen, is a war of Salva Kiir, that his time has come finally to destroy the peace agreement and blame it on another person. So the propaganda that were done by people like Luray Kong, people like Woloing, people like Kong, look at it this way, the people of South Sudan. You know this guy called Woloing. President have rejected him for almost 1 year. He does not want him to be governor of Apanal when he was appointed by the SPLM IO. When the president was able to convince him and pay him money and took him to Juba, he was arrested, he given a house arrest, only to be released when they want to unleash their plan on Nasser. And he was given disarmament department to run, and he was ordered to go to Nasser and destroy the people of Nasser. Now, if you look at Kong, if you look at Luray Kong, if you look at Woloing, they were SPLM IO. What is the reason why Salva Kiir keep them and appoint them? You know the reason. You don't need to be you don't need it to be explained to you. This is because President Kiir does not want peace. For example, let us be honest, there are Nuer generals in army of Salva Kiir who have not defected one day. Why bringing somebody who just defected from opposition and then you assign him in that very crucial position, relieving the very people that were with you, fighting alongside with you? Then what are you trying to do? You are trying to do because you know that these people have so much hatred toward the person that they have just left. Then now you are trying to use them to cause the war. That is very clear. Who can take Luray Kong seriously? Anything that Luray say, the people of South Sudan, and I believe they know that this guy, there is nothing that he could say, that because he's being used by President Kiir to incite violence, especially against his own people. So the message to you is that the war in South Sudan is not about Nasser. Nasser just became victim because this is the spot where the president has chosen to start his own war, and also Western Equatoria. And even look at the arrest of the people. There has been war in Warab, where when the youth fought with SPDF, about 30 officers, leave alone the regular armed forces, were killed. Nobody is arrested. Also in Western Bahr el Ghazal, also in Western Equatoria, the SPLM IO cantonment area was run over by the SSPDF. Nothing had happened. And now they arrest only the people who are now, calling for the government to listen to the people. Because when we call, we are the representative of the people. We thought that we should be involved, and we were calling people to say, let's come on the table, let's talk, let's discuss our issues. Is that a wrong thing to do? We should not be misled. The war is purely Salva Kiir war, because his time for destroying the peace agreement has come, and it is now that he has to return the country back to war. There should not be any mistake about that. Even if anything happened, don't be misled by people who are saying, oh, this, and they are saying that somebody have to pay for this and all this. This is what they have been planning a long time ago.
Goy shirkamen shaling ka kuäär Reath Muoch Tang ka kuumɛ SPLM IO shaling shan bula kwene ke yako shaling ten kono talk ban men bianga je long gwasa me karwacha me okay o bianga je no en ta dan let so daro da ke je tama me share la ko already me share plan already ko do buda nung je ke je o bi bol mel ba kuäär ngay kon diale let's say dan la ro ni shanka kui Western Equatoria, Western Bahr el Ghazal ni shanga kon kan go the content ten ko kan go the content ji SPLM IO ten ne de kon naka ni belende nin ku jemi ko kan de content chunkel ka SPLM IO. So ala Kiir is trying to destroy everything ala di al yaraka go ro ja chet commercial ngwa the michalade and o Kiir mayardit go no ngobol mel ne glune jog by the way ka do kon cholo ne ka UAE, United Arab Emirates, ka Dubai, ngay kon me dane cho tong lunde jok cho kwar SPLM IO dia cho wo mane futuyo ko kan go nakane ka tiang alo kan nakane cho ko la bar me ci kim ya di che announce ka SSBC South Sudan Broadcast Corporation me chala no cha wude me cha gar futuyo cha ka governorship ka futuyo jen aran SPLM IO ramdana gure aran SPLM IG ala te pinke me yadit chu kan go bu karam o kabalo nakana churo chubar no chianga no tung wan le weke je ka long ashima o shana be ka betama but move ngai ko be to la to no be ka weke great upon state ko great upon state jan gwa dan and ten war tigeten so kuje yer kana kenya me kuje mi metake equatorial yi ala western equatorial kana western bagazal so ko kan ngaji no te wanda we je ka lo kan goro kuje ba be yar a quit a big ka nasser kan la ko jan gwa dan wi kana bum ni jena long anyok chemen challenge gwa da men user ne te konte te ka SPLM IO ngai na gwano udu shwal ke ulunya ran SPLM IO okay udu dia me kwang chorale ran SPLM IO so now user ne ti ko ken ka tega ngai kan manan le ro gwa ko glo bugo rien na ko rien ko bo ko te ka gwa se man chalat gwa me kin me yade no la to no perna angwe ne che no ne tin tega bonde ka tila je SPLM IG ka ne ko nda la let chang chi jen bo mu ko target no go the content civilian te gatan okay je wona me shiwo chi kor cha to ka nasar ijan yan ka ne ko tila je SPLM IO je wona me e tam se ke me yadit mi nyona mal ka je ko be bol mel bajalat kuäär ka ba kuäär nyam anyok kamen chalat gwasame ajeni achang kana kur chang lese ko jan gur da na da kana da bol mel kulat kuäär jen chana che den na ko be bol mel da lat kuäär chalat na constitution ke ngora ko na cha gor ka peace agreement ne chalat ke 2018 or something like that so awa en point ya part SPLM IG ki kirim yadit mi share taya ki ko right now me dong te chete ka pol point mo gwa dong te ka jui wajen te ga chon ko da ra dien da ja kwa ngwade wa cha lu ko no mo me de wo amani chang da na ba ku ngwi na ba jalat ke je lo me bol mel da chu la ngu la kuäär la president telerik ko bana nang ne ko ku ngwi na after that yo ra mo chu pa da ba chu pa ban man di jene bol mel ngu mi ala SPLM party ke le cha dissolve cha nang ne la gan mi ton mu te ne pingwa mi pal ke ken wani gane ken woni jana ko ken ko ne de ko de jek but a duo machare ka free plan machare ka already no be kana lat so ngai jang diales okay to be honest to you guys ngai jang dial che machale ngwado everything cha ka explain very well sigamen challenge okay kim yadit amenga jene je batte ga ne goro no ba blame okay shio cha general maju dak cha na nasser shio cha na nyinga nasser in fact this is a free plan ngai kana gwano bukur to ka nasser they know very well no cha ga bunok jejen borshi kana bunok no take di do din munok anyok en jejen borshi ro jano chine ya gorgo ne unify for ba lukir ma yadi so melingen gwada me chari ale kan wo bukur bedin ray wo ka so sudan dundo cha holo jogo no nene la jina shi wochi de lo jo bena luten ko metiaga lungo di kam ja kuäär cha tok simple tina chi wuchi de lelo be mal betel benar nyok nak shi jan dan din jan nyok last word gwasame kim ya di ne ka cha na ne ka warab wala wi jan to ka tel ne ri yan ka pade kai ka ne de konte dong te kor mateten tel ne ri cha yan batem che lele bena SPLM IO yana na ka kurmi cha plan already ka nasir no batwo so name agenda nan goro de nya yakel shaja ngaje no South Sudan ke jen gwasa me chi stable ka chete kamal so jarwa dan shalin gwadama anyway a video already take around 40 minutes dioje video me bi chujek mi chu ka channel honorable Reath Muoch Tang di je ka Facebook de kana je ka Facebook de ko be share yakel ko bi amana chalat bialing in fact sharing no take de tere reka ko laja gorgano dong de jenna ki de jayen shatan ko na la de shagal nen gwadamo tela nguti dial ke nyonkos be malbele ne ben be gang men mi mala mo she bere wi ka South Sudan so jenana gode nya yakel en biata kamal chuje peru jono jiram mom mi gina men be subscribe ke be notification bell bi jotwan ko bler bu ken kul mala shukki gwasa dan en pay ka bere chen biata kamal bye bye